Let's go. The Bear Legends. The Berserkers do not constitute a separate clan in terms of blood or lineage. They are instead a family forged by warriors who have heard the call of the bear and answered it by abandoning their loved ones and joining a community of mountain dwellers. Not every man who seeks to join it is accepted into the Brotherhood. The candidates must first pass difficult trials which usually end in their death. The last trial is the hardest. It is called the Trial of the Bear's Triumph, but few outside the Brotherhood have ever witnessed it, and none know what those who undergo it must endure. Quite curiously, the inhabitants of Skellige themselves know very little about the Berserkers, of Lapkrals, as they call them. They do not like to talk about these men-bears, not with outsiders and not even amongst themselves. Berserkers. Berserkers. Now finish your soup or a berserker will come and swallow you whole. Skellige legends speak of men known as berserkers who transform into bears when overwhelmed by battle rage. In doing so, they lose all self-awareness and are driven by a bloodlust which they must satiate in order to return to human form. Few believe these blood-curdling tales, however, not even in Skellige, where the inhabitants usually turn even the least probable legends with the utmost gravity. This indicates either that berserkers are in fact mere figments of mid-stolen imaginations, or else that they have learned to hide their abilities from the rest of the islanders. The Skald's ballads indicate that berserker transformed in the heat of battle cannot be distinguished from a true-born bear. Only minute anatomical details, such as the shape of their tongues and teeth, reveal their secret. Descriptions of their fighting prowess paint them as invulnerable to pain and able to heal any wound received almost at once. If these men turned bears as truly do exist, one can suppose that, like werewolves and lycanthropes, they are particularly vulnerable to oils that harm cursed creatures. But if we are to give credence to ancient songs about the creatures' deeds, about the mass murders and massacres they have committed, we can only hope that no Witcher will have to test his hypothesis.
Must have burned these notes himself. The hunt wouldn't have bothered.
Meaning he knew they were looking for him.
After the white frost, spring dashed down dreamily hills past sparkling water, still Nalavia drifts, softly sliding into oblivion. Sage lips blacken, forest bones quiver. Before an ice-bound eye can blink distant skies, I will watch a descent. Introduction to Applied Magic. Magic is the science of harnessing, subduing, and making use of the power of the elements. It's also an incantation of chaos, which is why no one without proper training should ever battle in any of its domains. Expert mages make the magic an art, but the road of ferocity leads to tough years of practice, study, and hard work. It requires a considerable amount of required inborn talent. Magic was implemented in our world through the conjunction of the spheres and was discovered to be living, changeable, and comfortable being shortly thereafter. The name of the first mage, the one who first discovered the talent within himself and grappled with its power, is unknown. We do know, however, that its relatively short period of time after the discovery of magic groups began to form, in which the talented beings could work together on developing their abilities. This period is usually considered the beginning of magic as a science, and these groups, the prototypes of magic schools. The fundamental planes from which one might draw magic power are earth, water, air, and fire. Avatar! In the tome of which you currently hold, each of these will have a separate chapter dedicated to it, ordered according to the level of difficulty and danger associated with the elements discussed. Eu ainda não tenho falta de falar. Quer dizer, caras. Uh, 753 g. Eu por mim, quiseres. Vemos tipo as últimas. Isso.
Mysterious mage herbalist. What's this?
The potion I gave him. Seems he saw a use for it. Drank it.
The Elder Blood. What exactly is the Elder Blood? According to some, it is a powerful elven curse passed from generation to generation. Those in whose veins the infamous Icar flows are said to carry death and destruction within them, to sow hatred and disdain in the hearts of men. It was from this contaminated blood that Evelyn prospered and an avenger would be born, a destroyer of nations and worlds. Others claim the Elder Blood is an extremely rare inherited talent, granting control over time and space to a degree unattainable even to elven sages. Sadly, few bearers of the gift have been able to control it in full. This merely partial mastery inevitably leads to sudden outbursts of the power that take form of unpredictable, uncontrollable, and as extremely dangerous explosions. Behind the dark legends about the curse of the Elder Blood lies the truth of these tragic cases. For obvious reasons, the bearers of the Elder Blood were always subjects of great interest in the world's mighty and to mages alike. The former counted on the truth of Hilfam prophecy, on an avenger being born who could destroy worlds and who they could thus use for their purposes. As for the latter, they hoped to harness the magic of Van Icar to broaden their own knowledge and powers. Ultimately, however, all these plans were for naught. The Elder Blood line broke off with the disappearance of the heirs of the Nilfgaardian crown, Cyrilla, Fiona, Ellen, Rion.
Strange. My medallion's trembling, but there's nothing here. What's with this wall?
It's an illusion. I sensed it as well. I expected we might run into such things, so I brought this.
Meaning what?
The Eye of Nehaleni. It dispels illusions. It's easy enough to build, so you're welcome to this one. It's bound to come in handy. And each time it does, you will think of me.
Thanks.
Secret passage.
Let's see where the passage leads.
Do you feel that? A flow of fresh air from the left. Must be an exit that way.
Good. Let's get out of here.
Wait, there's still the magic lamp.
The magic what now?
Lamp. The elf promised it to me in exchange for my help. And since his return here seems doubtful, I must retrieve it myself. If I can find it, that is. Will you help?
Yeah, I'll help.
Splendid. Come then.
Gavella Glan.
We're certain to find something.
Wandering in the dark completely.
Geralt!
Magic lamp. Pyramids had helped Geralt in his search for Ciri, so the Witcher decided to return the favor. The sorceress sought a magic lamp which the mysterious elven mage had promised to give her. Since the object was nowhere in sight, our heroes drew the only possible conclusion, that it lay concealed somewhere in the underground passageways.
Looks like another damned riddle to me.
Oh, God.
Inscription here.
Show me.
Can you translate the inscription? I can decipher maybe a third, but that third doesn't make much sense.
Give me a minute. I was never any good at the high variant of the Elder Speech. All right. this might seem a bit literal. I'm afraid I can't replicate its sophisticated internal rhymes.
Just translate it to make sense.
4 guardians, 4 flames, standing proud in a line. The first to light his fire dared not march on the end. The second, by the first, played a woeful lament. The third kept close to his faithful beast. The fourth marched not beside the first, yet like the second played a tune. And thus they stood o'er their queen, who slept beneath flickering stars.
Sounds like a riddle, all right. Mind repeating the riddle?
4 guardians, and thus...
All right, let's see if we can solve this. What was that inscription again?
4 guardians, 4 flames, standing proud in a line. The first, to light his fire, dared not march on the end. The second, beside the first, played a woeful lament. The third...
Let's try it. Just gotta figure out the order.
4 statues, each like the other.
What was that inscription again?
4 guardians, 4 flames, standing proud in a line. The first, to light his fire, dared not march on the end. The second, beside the first, played a woeful lament. The third kept close to his faithful beast. The fourth marched not beside the first. Wait. Something just happened.
Behind that wall, a movement.
What wall? Agora é este e depois é aquilo. São muito puzzles aí.
Whose grave is it? What do you think? No inscription, sadly.
Sign of the gull. If I didn't already know where she was buried, I'd guess this is Lara Dorren's sepulcher.
Perhaps it's a monument to her.
Can't see the elves commemorating her this way. Heroine of a tragic legend to some, but most see her as a traitor to her race, who got her just deserts for marrying Cregennan of Laud.
Perhaps the elven mage is Lara's kin. It would explain why he's helping Ciri.
Possible. This what you're looking for?
Uh-huh.
So what's it supposed to do?
I hope I'll be able to activate it. Let's leave this place, shall we?
Sage's notes. Day 3275. Final conclusions regarding the lamp. My experiences with the magic lamp unequivocally confirmed that by using it, active centers of condensed spiritual energy can be coaxed into contact and can communicate a limited set of the being's last memories. Lara Dorren's remains, however, emits entirely inert spiritual energy, despite the violent conditions of her death, which should have strengthened the desired tendency. Lara remains silent. At this point, further research on lamps enabling contact with the dead seemed entirely useless for my purposes. And it's shit, of course it's shit. Fine.
We going? Something here. Where's that artifact Kira gave me?
At last. But it was worth it, right? You learned something about Ciri in the end. Something important. Do you intend to venture into Crookback Bog? You must tell me about it afterwards.
Don't know that I'll get the chance.
Geralt, there are two types of men. Those who see opportunity and take advantage, and those who forge the opportunities themselves. I've always seen you as an example of the latter. Besides, I've a favor to ask you. So, visit me sometime?
I'll stop by. You can be sure.
In that case, I shall be waiting.
See ya, Kira.
Their intuition proved sound. In the end, Aira found the lamp she had sought, and our heroes could return to the surface. The threat underground had made friends of them, so Kira asked Carol to come by her hut as she could use some companionship in her lonely backwoods exile. You made it happen, you made it real. Nobody's anything, but it's a show I'm gonna steal. Your time to clapping, it's getting real. Don't bother asking for the details. The devil do is that, and that's the deal. So what if I'm a little rough around the edges? I'm at my masterpiece, I
Faster.
keep hardest on the ledges. This reboot might get messy, that's why I'm sorta sketchy. I confess obediently the demons need that far from bendy. You made me in your image, so I lack a soul. Try to wipe me from existence, I wonder why. Too bad you cannot erase me, the fact is why you hate me. I'm impatient, that's the most.
What now? Peace.
Jesus Christ, I can't use the sun.
Come on.
Glory. Ow. What more do you need? Wahoo!
Come on, Roach.
Roach. Roach. Cavalo. Cavalo. Pois é. Spoonzinho foi.
Hey, yeah.
Quite the work my man's got, eh? Brought home a bucket of peelings yesterday. Peeling food for the
What a sight.
Like, farewell. Faster.
Lifeless, move it.
The storm are a piece of true fiction. But there is one that makes me up. I never meant to in my life that way. Would you say it with the shade in my dark shades could never save the day? So sad, but true. Fire in the nightmares, watching the lights, which a gift of a curse, a reality made of dreams. A reality made of dreams. Show me a champion of the line. I'll show you the hair of darkness. Lost in the surface.
Let's go.
Where's your tape, buddy? Don't steal Damn.
Boy, lads, find that she beast. Bring the Smiths, lads.
Wouldn't.
The story piece of fiction.
Eureka! Wreaking havoc in the peasants' coops.
Fancy again? Show me. See ya. Needs.
Ah,
What was that about?
Fancy again? Show me. See ya.
Yeah, what's in that?
Fancy again?
Sai,
See ya.
devi vedere la faccia. Dov'è? Save the day, so sad, but true.
The splinters coming out my arse from it. Not looking good, I tell you.
got their asses whipped like you know we had you. You
Can't
surprised?
fix that wheel dash. Where?
I tried to dance with a witcher.
Where'd he come from anyway?
Well, how should I know? So curious.
Wait, honestly,
Like,
the story's the end of the beast.
farewell.
The splinters coming out my arse.
Don't speak willingly. Hammer to his knuckle.
Don't say no more.
Go, go.
So you're a man well
He
trained.
raised tribute to him. Yeah?
What is it, Dave?
Needs.
We turn our hopes into the skies. Pressure will around us be
So long.
Rapture is bleeding to cracks that are leaking. When the living memories don't see us left.